Wow.
Lovely.
What an energetic intro there to
man.
the Hat Chat podcast with your hosts, Chris, Hodson, Trott,
Ross, Hornby,
Alexander Lewis Smith.
Nice, full titles today. That was Bog Boy, who did a remix of our Jingle Jam song, Change That Battery.
Was it a Jingle Jam song?
Yeah.
I thought we did it in because the beeps were happening in the Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I did it during the first mega stream we did, the Hat Films birthday stream.
Yeah, the Hat Films birthday
We did
stream.
a little teaser of a music thing. Yeah, that was one of the
it's
goals.
kind of an original song, really.
It's an OG.
They've just plucked our audio out and then
made it a lot better.
A really cool thing.
Way
so thank
better,
you, Bog
to be
Boy, for that hilarious song. The full thing will be at the end, so you have to listen all the way through.
It's a really good one.
Us.
Yeah. So that's why we do Fingles, is so that you have to listen to the end.
That's right.
So no matter what we talk about, that's view retention. That
exactly. You have
professionals.
to listen all the way through.
Anyway, thank you for joining us for another audible orgasm.
Yeah, I think these are treated as orgasms, which is now we're on 210, the 210th orgasm of Hat Chat 2.0.
Maybe we should do more, because one a week is not enough, is it? If you're just using Hat Chat to get off,
I don't know.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm the 21 a week guy.
21 a week is mental.
That's a lot of podcasting. I don't think we could do that.
You must be like a bloody pepperami at the end of the week.
Where's that?
Just squeezing it too hard. Squeezing the podcast, wringing it dry.
Really hard,
really thin.
No, pepperami's. I mean, the texture is kind of like it's wrung out. It's like it's thinner,
it's dense though,
and then the meat you've got to the bone of the meat.
Tasty though,
if that makes any sense. The bone of the meat.
I was really craving a pepperami the other day, like a salty snack. Yeah.
Hell. I don't think I've ever
had a salt deficiency. Maybe.
Yeah, they're like this big now, right?
What?
They're like a 6 inch.
Is that not like a lunchtime snack one though?
They're the only ones available in like the shop I went into. Like you can't get a full size.
Shrinkflation. Bullshit.
Yeah, and guess how much that
£1.30.
£1.85.
That's insane.
And it was pretty unsatisfying. Like it was super salty, which is what I was looking for, but it was like not good.
It didn't do it for you.
Yeah,
they're quite oily, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, God, they're just a bizarre snack. Really, they're very.
What about cheese strings? Are you a fan of those?
Yeah, like a cheese string.
But when you have a cheese string,
strip the cheese, I don't bite it.
You strip the cheese, you don't bite it. Yeah.
It changes the flavour.
So I heard somebody the other day saying, I gave someone a cheese string and they just started chomping it as is.
It's wrong.
I feel like if you're not stringing it,
you're
not cheese stringing. You're just chomping a.
Well, it's like aerating. It's like the difference between a whisper and a twirl, you know?
Yeah.
It's
honestly,
it
tastes better when you peel it. Yeah. Like I think it's probably like a surface area thing.
It's got to be that, because the texture changes. It becomes more like
stringy,
less shiny on the outside.
Yeah, like aluminium.
Like aluminium.
It lasts longer. I think ultimately it lasts longer.
It becomes a journey.
Like, when you had a bourbon cream or something, did you ever split it in half and then?
No, I'm not one of those. No, I'm not a liquor.
I did that with penguins.
Ooh.
What did you do?
You separate the biscuit.
I used to know somebody who did that.
That's hard to do, I think.
You bite it off,
but it's a mission.
I prefer the ones that are easy to do, like bourbon biscuits. I'll do that
bourbon,
with.
Yeah.
Ones that are easy, Oreos, I'll twist it off.
Oreos, you can twist a lick. Yeah.
But like
you
difficult.
Just shove it in and chomp.
Well, the thing is, for that particular example, it should be served that way. It's all about how the textures work, right? And the whole point of those kind of sandwiches is that you have both a crunchy exterior and a soft flavors in the middle. Yeah, like with cheese strings, there's not that situation.
So you got shiny and matte.
I think ultimately this is a class issue.
Yeah, shiny and matte.
I think this is a class issue and comes to
classist.
Trying to stretch out meals.
Trying to stretch out the snack for as long as possible because you don't have many of them.
What was your shittest lunch that you had at school?
My dad rough cutting cheese as quickly as possible to pack. It'd be like
just half
an inch of cheese in a cheese sandwich with nothing else in it, and just be like.
So it's just a real chore to chomp through it.
Yeah, and by the time it gets to lunchtime, it's warmed up in your bag, so you basically just got a sweaty block of cheese.
Sweaty cheese,
stuck between two bent pieces of bread. Yeah, that was a common one.
When this month's been tough on the old wallet for the family, it's like butter sandwich or
butter sandwich,
something like that with a slightly out of date fruit. That's
it would normally be like, I think, because thankfully my mum would make my sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was at school.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not really into secondary school, but if not, she would leave a couple of quid on the side because she's obviously gone to work or something.
£2.
Yeah.
How many Freddos is that?
£2, and that's the thing. That's when you then get to dangerous territory of, do I want to queue up,
get a healthy meal,
like half an hour,
Get a sandwich.
It's never healthy.
No, you get like a slice of oily
pizza.
pizza.
Like a shitty lasagna, shitty pizza.
Yeah.
Shitty chips.
Yeah.
It would be just an array of
curly fries though.
Foods.
When they brought the curly fries out, that was a good shit.
It was delicious, but again, not good for you in any major way.
No, very very.
It made me feel
healthy
good.
Options.
Yeah, I mean, morale wise, it's good, isn't it?
It
So you just get a bag of crisps, a chocolate bar, and a Coke and leave.
And you'd hope to get that little.
That's awful. That's not better. I'm not saying it's better. Just to clarify, that's not a healthy alternative.
You were a school kid.
You would do it, grab it. Sorry, I'm knocking my mic around like a maniac. You do that, and then you'd go and play football or something.
Smash a Panda Pop.
Smash a Panda Pop.
Have a jelly ice cream Panda Pop.
Well, what about using them as bombs? And
you buy one to drink, you buy one to throw.
Yeah.
You always buy two.
You buy two, one to drink, one to
throw.
throw.
One to defend yourself and one to drink with.
Yeah, in the great Panda Pop wars.
Improvised explosives.
2003-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did happen.
But no, I do think it's a class issue, and I would extend the length of the snack. So that's why penguins were dissected in such a way.
Fair.
I didn't have the luxury of being able to just chomp it down and enjoy it as it was meant to.
I don't know, Ross. I feel like you're positioning yourself as much more impoverished than you actually are.
I wasn't impoverished. It's just that we didn't have snacks that much.
But that's not a class thing.
Well, no, but like as in you could chomp it down. I wanted to extend.
What? Because you think I belong to a different snack class than you? Is that what you're saying?
So I think you were snack rich, and I was snack poor, and I wanted to extend that flavour and taste of chocolate goodness for as long as possible.
The way to have super extended ones is to get the fruit winders.
Oh yeah.
That you could really take your time with that.
But I was never a massive fan of like kind of, I guess like Haribo and like chewy kind of sweets.
No, it was awful. Yeah.
But they're that style.
And sometimes you got dared to eat the whole winder with the paper.
Yeah.
Obviously, and you do it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be uncool.
Yeah.
And that sucks. But
I always. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, that's it.
I was jealous of the kids that smoke because they didn't need to eat as much.
That's true. Yeah, suppress the appetite.
I'm so fucking skinny. Oh my god.
Why can't I come in the toilet with you guys?
It wasn't the case in my school.
No.
The
people that smoked also really overweight. Not in ours.
They
were like sticks.
More often than not. Yeah.
People in ours were like, yeah, really, they looked ill,
and
they were.
Like, it was so obvious that they were smoking. Like, to be fair, anyone who smokes, if you think that no one else can smell it, they can. They will, and they do, and I think that's obvious. Obviously,
well, the more you smoke, the more you lose.
But when they come into class
smell.
late or something, it's like you've just dragged in this really pungent smell of smoke.
Yeah, they're like
who's like
patting their chest and like
so
buffets of smokers coming out.
No amount of Lynx Africa will cover that up.
It just becomes smoky Lynx.
Yeah,
which is a gross, horrible smell. But there is no masking that; it just kind of sticks.
Do you think we should go back to school?
When?
Secondary
like 21
school.
Jump Street.
Yeah, and just to see what life is like now, what school is like now.
There are documentaries.
I'd love to be able to do that as a child, though, because like to have that confidence and that perspective, that you can then like take down some of the people that are really problematic. Like put them in their place. Like
so you're thinking like of a kind of like a Freaky Friday scenario where you now swap lives with a kid at school.
Yeah.
And then you can go in there, but like you have your brain and knowledge of a 37-year-old man.
I think it would be so frustrating.
It'd be frustrating
because like you're not surrounded by people of the same wisdom and experience that you have.
Yeah,
you're just going to be surrounded by kids vying and learning and being dumb, and you're going to get frustrated with that.
I was a late developer. I always have been. I've done everything late. Like I've come to realize that as I've grown up, everything I do the latter time towards my in comparison to my peers, and I was very naive and very in sort of unconfident, I suppose, in school. Like, and a lot of what I've learned now, I feel like I can much more confidently apply to regular interactions with people. Like I feel like I understand insecurity a lot more, or I understand like psychology of people a lot more than I did as a child. Yeah. But in secondary school, I do remember people who kind of grew up faster and kind of got things quicker, as in like they were more confident. They kind of like had a just slightly bit more like wisdom, let's call it. Like they were much more capable of navigating social environments, and secondary school is a really complex and crazy one, right?
And it's mostly social dynamics.
Yeah, exactly.
Get you through.
And it's not really necessarily attributes to do it. Like I think some people like good looking people like do better or whatever, but I think that there were certain people who were like very charming, very charismatic, very confident, that could like just navigate that whole world so much better. And I was always quite envious of those.
Well, they could just bounce around all the different cliques and social circles.
Yeah,
they were just a part of all of them, right?
Yeah. And I think like what I mean by like going back in a child sort of body, Freaky Fridaying it, as you say.
Freaky Fridaying.
I think that's what I would probably quite enjoy, being able to be like, to those people that are like quite negatively affecting other kids, largely through projecting their own insecurities, kind of both highlighting
what are you going to do in that scenario though? Say you saw that happening, are you going to confront that yourself?
I would try. I think so. I think I would probably try and tell both parties, in a way. Like, there are people, I think that the person doing it is often ignorant of the fact and why they do things as well, right? Like, we get that whole trope of like bullies like 10 years later being like, I'm sorry, I was a real asshole to you. Like, I think because a lot of them just project like their own shit. And if you could say like, yo, you're doing this, it's because of this, I know this almost, and then to the other person that's affected by it, hey, don't worry about this, like this person is doing this because of this, it's nothing to do with you. I think that would be, maybe it's a savior complex, I suppose, like of my own.
But then you're also kind of expecting them to be mature enough to understand that and respond in a way that you would respond as you know now, right? Yeah.
I think it's what teachers probably do. I think it's probably what secondary school teachers
I imagine it's
enjoy.
probably
then you don't listen to them because they're older and
their advice doesn't.
But if you're in a body of a child like Smith is that more approachable?
Yeah, I think so. Because like if you went back now as you, they're not going to listen to you because you're an adult. You're not them.
Are you picturing yourself resetting?
Wouldn't they isolate you and call you a nerd for being so fucking
look at this smart
mature
ass.
and
or you speak like a
you're all being
30-year-old.
Stop 6-7ing. Everyone stop 6-7ing now. You look silly. You'll regret this in the future.
I'd be well into all of that. I'd be like, I'd be memeing constantly. Yeah, I love that shit.
Well, you'd join the memes. Okay.
Yeah. That would ingratiate me to the masses. I'd be the cool teacher.
So are you picturing
introduce the memes?
Yeah,
you'd be the meme trendsetter.
Hey guys, who's read it? Want to watch some combat footage? Go on.
This crazy scenario. Are you picturing just taking like a week holiday and doing it and then coming back, or is this like no, you're going back with the wisdom you have now and starting again?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome to do that. I would love to do that.
Again.
Yeah.
And then does everything else happen?
What, as it has happened in my life?
Yeah, apart from you being different.
I don't think that would be fair because then I'd have too many advantages.
So it's a full butterfly effect going on.
I think it should be completely different.
New timeline.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this is almost like the idea that you've been born again, but with the brain that you have now.
Yeah, exactly. We've been through this.
And then you have to go through the insufferable early stages where you are just in a baby coil and you're stuck inside that brain. But
as a full adult,
everyone's treating you like a baby. You're like, fuck off, I'm a 37-year-old man.
Yeah. But then you don't have like the muscle training yet.
You can't move. You can't do anything. You're not independent.
Would you rather have 100 extra healthy years, or would you rather have your 100 years again? And for me, it would always be 100 years again. It would never be 100 extra healthy years.
Interesting. I don't think I could give up what got me to this point.
Why not?
I don't know.
You wouldn't be giving it up. Let's say you remember it.
So you're 37.
I would miss the social relation. Like I wouldn't meet up with the same people again. I don't think. I think because it's a split timeline, right?
I guess so.
You would end up in different social circles because of the way you act differently. You would I think there'd be a longing for.
But in this example, the 100 extra healthy years, people aren't getting that either. So you still lose them. Let's say you're at 75, right? 75 years old, and they go to you, hey, we can either give you 100 extra healthy years where you're like 30, or you can go back again and do it all again. And you still lose people either way.
I keep all my consoles and stuff.
You keep all your consoles, which is really important. In this incredibly miraculous situation, the control of the consoles is very important.
Because nowadays you're like, I wish I kept my PS1.
Yeah.
Because they're worth a lot more now, especially in the box.
Right.
And I would never have got the Wii.
So you're thinking more like, I've kept mine. I've got my SNES over there. But it's not in the box. It's been used. And
I could do so much, though. I could fix my family problems. I could just go back.
I guess with the hindsight of I guess you can avoid the people who were assholes later on in their life. Fuck that person. You're
not worth my time.
My time on, etc. and so forth. But I guess that's the butterfly effect of you've then learned through your life.
Well, you've changed
reset, and now you've changed a new path.
You're not getting the same people.
A different path.
No,
you're just getting a new 100 years.
Well, there will be. No. I'm choosing your option.
Right.
I'm just feeling.
Or you're just going back so that you can invest in products that
this is what I'm saying. You've got this wrong. This is not what I'm suggesting. That's not the case.
That's not the case.
No, this is 100 new years as a child through to your life. This isn't going back in time where everything happens the same way again.
Okay, good.
Because that's too easy.
You get
you just
that is, then we can start being like, well, look, we're biffing it.
It's entirely different.
Future, it's biff.
So like, there is no Apple when I go back, for example.
No,
they've all been re-rolled.
Yeah, you won't be able to you won't be able to benefit from your knowledge of the future.
So my parents look different. Do I not have the same brother?
Yeah.
Like, is a sister now?
Yeah, you get a whole
It's a whole new thing.
100 years.
I've got nothing to
life.
pull upon from my previous life.
Yeah,
but I remember it.
You remember the life you did live. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
so you have a kind of.
I mean, it's not real.
I know. I'm just trying to picture it and trying to live in it.
You're using your wisdom from one life lived
to
start another life.
This is reincarnation.
Yes, essentially. Yeah.
Right. Do I look the same?
Versus,
can I be slightly hotter?
Yeah, sure. You can. You got to take points from elsewhere.
I'll take it.
You got to take points from elsewhere.
Micropenis.
I've got plenty of points to shed from my dick.
Yeah,
which is a bit of a fucking catch-22, really, because it's like you're bringing them in, but then they're just finding out you got a shitty little micropenis.
Yeah,
doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter when you.
I could shed 10 points off it and still be average.
Right. Little nubbin. 10 points. Oh, here we go.
How many points are there total?
20.
Wow. You got 10 points in dick.
Fucking hell.
10 points went straight to dick.
My goodness.
And now I've got a very healthy, large son. So,
you do the math.
Proof's in the pudding, is what I'm saying. All right, the alternative is you get to go back into a youthful child's body, but a youthful child gets to inhabit your body.
What, my aged body?
Yeah, and
this is the Freaky Friday.
But they take your entire existence as it is now.
Oh, God. Okay. How old am I when this happens?
Now.
Oh, now.
And then we have to deal with the fact that some child is in his body. And we're like,
that child disrupts
this guy doesn't know
everything that you've acquired.
He doesn't know anything about anything. Like, I spoke to him yesterday about.
I just come in and you guys are like, you're sure there's something weird going on. I'm just sat there staring silently like.
How did you even know to come in? You wouldn't. You would be in your bed. You'd be like, "What the fuck? What am I supposed to do today?" I'm just like, I'm this 37-year-old like Smith, mate. Where are you? And you probably wouldn't respond. You're like,
you're jumping into a 13-year-old body who's probably jorking it hard to some crazy stuff that they found on the internet with Roblox on the side.
Yeah,
Roblox on the side, split screen.
Gooning
like crazy.
Goon gaming.
Yeah.
And then you have to live with this new family that's not yours really, but it is now.
Yeah, it's true. But I think the advantages would still be crazy.
Advantages of what you've.
The fact you're now a 13-year-old with all of your previous knowledge, skills, and wisdom, and you get to go through the education system again.
Yeah. That 13-year-old is going to destroy your previous
parents are hardline
adult
performers.
life.
And you haven't got a penny to your name, and your sister hates you.
I could turn her around.
You're addicted to smoking already,
and you're a smoker, 13-year-old smoker.
Not hungry there, am I?
And it's not cigarettes.
How you digging your house?
It's
way
vaping.
Out this way.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's vaping.
God, so
do you think you could convince your parents to look another way, find a different viewpoint?
I think they'd be super happy with suddenly I'm performing well academically.
Do you think you do well at SATs again?
He's doing okay.
So I was going to say this is, I think, something that.
He's talking a lot about aliens, though.
A lot about aliens.
I think this is something a lot of people probably take for granted. Is that I think 95% of people would do shit in school after leaving it after 10 years.
Oh, yeah, it's all about retention.
Yeah. Like, I think you'd really struggle for a while. But I do think that what you do learn is the ability to study and like the perspective to want to invest in education when you get older. So going back into it and being like, right, fuck, I need to learn this shit because like this makes a difference, right? As a kid, you're just so sick of learning because you're just like, oh my god, I just want to do kid stuff. I want to explore the world. I don't want to fucking study.
As an adult, you realize that the promise of the future that you get from working hard isn't exactly the way it works out. If you work hard, you get rewarded for such.
Yeah.
Instead, would your adult mind think to exploit your surroundings, your environment, and the people around you to cut corners and find the smart person, get the homework done for you, because ultimately GCSEs are meaningless. Why would I invest so much time and effort into learning all this stuff that doesn't apply as an adult?
Or you might just blast through it because you know most of the stuff. And there might be a couple of things you have hiccups.
Tell me the Pythagoras theorem.
Is AI a thing in this timeline?
I guess so.
You'd have to struggle
the
with
internet still, I think. So like at least that.
Is it starting from like tomorrow, like now?
Yeah. I think paying for people to write essays would probably be a good time saver. I remember at uni, people did it.
You got no money. You're 13.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it would be a net positive. Yes, I think you would be at a huge advantage.
You would.
Well, the biggest asset you've got is time there.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of
time. Afforded time.
Yeah.
Unless you obviously come down with some crazy illness.
And you can choose the right, things to focus on as well. You know, there are better things to focus on. You know, like getting good at math and science.
So you're telling us you wouldn't do a big paper on World of Warcraft?
No, probably not.
Steer away from that one.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't do my dissertation on World of Warcraft. No.
Well, don't forget, whilst you're working really, really hard in this new body, the other kid that's inhabited your body is fucking up your family, going back, doing
their problem now,
weird
isn't it?
stuff with your partner and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'd feel bad for you. You know, I think it'd be ideal if you didn't have a partner in this scenario, because I think that
would straight swap. Straight swap. And then your siblings and everything, they're like having conversations with them. Probably
he's
not
not
good
right anymore. There's something wrong with him.
I think Freaky Friday. I think this is a film or a TV series where you actually examine the implications of this actually happening would be really interesting.
It would be interesting.
Yeah. I think that, like, you know, the whole thing of like, all your relationships just being completely destroyed by the fact that all these people are suddenly realizing you're a 13-year-old, like, would be just like the most crazy thing to see.
Something's really gone wrong here.
But then I guess would you want to go to uni again, considering you've already done that?
Definitely.
And you've done that experience.
I loved
before.
Uni.
You'd go back, but just maybe just explore different things or different.
Yeah, probably.
Subjects.
I probably wouldn't do a PR degree.
Like, do something that you think that you would be valuable to you?
Well, that's a good question, because I really loved uni. I had such a great time, and I think
for the work or for the
exactly, not for the work, absolutely not for the, not just the social, but also just growing up, just like learning like how to take care of yourself.
But you've already grown up in this.
You've got your current mentality and your mindset. Because right now, would you want to go back to uni?
No,
that's essentially your brain. You've just got, you know, a young.
But that's because you're fucking. We're 37. Like, you know,
that's the mindset you've got to get into. Because I don't want to fucking go back.
Yeah,
I've done it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the time I had.
Yeah.
And I could focus that time on something else.
But okay, so differently, if you could step back into yourself when you were 20 at university, would that be more interesting? Would that be more interesting than the idea of going back to uni now? Like,
if I was back when I was back in,
if you could step back into the experience you had during your 20s in uni, right? I think that sounds like a more exciting proposition than going back now as
it's like almost playing a VR experience of it, and then be able to step out at any time.
Yeah,
sure. As long as you can change things and fuck around, because I don't want to just relive the same stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Because I saw my friends who did like engineering, which is probably something that I would say is a good choice in terms of career and vocation, but they had a much worse experience because they were doing like 38 hours a week contact hours. You know, they had a full-time job that was studying. You know, I had 9 hours a week contact hours. You know, 9 hours of lectures a week. The rest of it, I'm just fucking gooning myself into oblivion.
Playing World of
Warcraft and working in a corner shop.
I remember turning up to your place.
We dragged you away from World of Warcraft. Like, we got him out of there. We got him out of that hole.
It got bad after like year 2.
Got really bad.
Yeah.
I brought it to uni, like that disease. I remember turning up to Smith's uni before we went to uni.
Yeah.
He was already at uni. I had a suitcase with my Mac in it.
Yeah.
With the whole
on the bus, right?
And we got so many bottles of Kick.
Lined the place.
Asda version of Red Bull.
Yeah.
Just did an all-nighter.
He turned up with a suitcase, and I'm like, "Oh, did you bring a PC?" And I think you said like, "No, I didn't bother in the end." And I'm like, "Oh no." He's like, "Nah, just kidding. Got the iMac in here." I was just like, "For fuck's sake!"
I mean, it's quite portable, really. In the scheme of things, like it's not. It's it's like 2 laptops, I suppose.
It was heavy.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
It's like the metal bracket.
It was still one piece. It wasn't like bringing a fucking desktop PC, your monitor, your keyboard, your mouse. No. It was like,
it was good for that.
It's kind of one of the reasons I got an iMac.
It's
portability.
It's a portability for LAN.
Yeah.
Although it's not a good gaming device, but World of Warcraft ran on it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
And Final Cut Pro, that's all I needed at that age.
Yeah.
All the good shit. Yeah. All right, so we would reset our lives and not swap as we are. That's good to know.
Yeah. Huh? What do you mean?
We wouldn't go back with our memories as is now. We just do another pass.
Do another pass.
You take your memories.
You're taking your memories.
You do take your memories.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
I just feel like we've all been having 3 different conversations.
It's hard to come to a conclusion.
We're going fresh. It's not going to be this. It's not recycling the same.
You don't live this with the. Yeah,
we're starting from.
You're not going
now,
back in time,
rather than going back in time.
Yeah,
so reincarnation.
Anyway.
You're being reincarnated with the same,
and we're not
with the same
biffing
experiences you've had in this life.
Yeah, and we're not biffing it by going back and like putting all our money into certain stocks.
No, because there is no Apple now. There's no Microsoft. It's all different.
I just feel like it's cheaty, isn't it? It's just like, oh, buy Bitcoin. Okay, right. Well, like,
I wonder if technology's on a different path then, because you could tell if like some company's going to do AI at some point in the next 30 years. Which one is it? I'll just invest in that one.
Yeah.
Instead, maybe technology's shifted a little bit, or Industrial Revolution, or maybe it's like Fallout where everyone's nuclear based.
Well, I mean, really, you get into the idea of determinism and whether or not there's free will, because like it could mean that like maybe Steve Wozniak gets up that day and decides not to fucking try.
God, I hate Steve Jobs.
And why
that guy's a fucking asshole.
What makes one person go down one route or another? You know, if it's the same people with the same experiences, and how much of the butterfly effect of your own actions affects Steve Wozniak? You know, like you could fart one morning and he just decides never to invent the Apple Mac. You know?
Someone said here that you could be the inventor of Apple, but could you?
No,
because we had this idea of like, what if you were? I think we discussed it before.
You could be an Elon Musk.
If you were taken to like a time where, you know, technology like that didn't exist. Maybe if you just zoomed back to the 70s, but you've got a fucking iPhone. Yeah. You ain't like reverse engineering that shit.
No, yeah.
Unless you've studied it and know every aspect of it.
You can bring the ideas forward. You can be an inventor of ideas.
But it's also then, it's a case of that technological advancement hasn't been made in chip technology to get to that point. You walk around with an iPhone in the 70s, you've got this god machine.
That doesn't work with any other
That's
system.
more powerful than like your entire country's infrastructure.
Best I could tell you is you've got to go to the beach, get a load of sand, and then somehow turn that into silicon. We're calling it silicon.
There's going to be nanotechnology.
Learn to make things even smaller.
Just
every
get really
year.
small.
Yeah. So hardware, terrible idea. But ideas like Twitter, fucking simplest idea in the world. Twitter, basically you can just say 140 characters and everyone can do it, and it just all goes on the internet. Like there's certain concepts.
Would you live with the responsibility of social media being your idea and bringing that to the world?
I think it depends, because obviously I think the downside of social media is the corruption at the top, and also the easily bought nature of it. Yeah.
Well, if he's uncorrupt. There'll be a company that competes that will be corrupt.
Social media at its core, or at its very simplest, is citizen journalism. Like that's what it is, which is not a bad thing. You know, people being able to say their thing and being able to communicate ideas, news, things that are happening are great. The problem comes with the fact that, unfortunately, algorithms have made everything doomy. You know, like the fact that we've realized that human beings engage more with bad news than good news, and therefore all of these systems have become systems that just proliferate shit. Like that's the problem with social media. The whole fact of like being able to write your thing and stick it on the internet is fine. It's the fact that it only recommends shit stuff to people is the problem.
Well, I guess algorithms have become an issue in this. A blessing and a curse for the user in the sense that you're not necessarily getting the content you should be getting, or as new information coming straight through.
Ones to keep
you're
on
being
platform.
Fed stuff that you've clicked on before, and it's recycling stuff.
Ones that they consider you engaged with, so that you stay.
And everyone's not seeing the same thing as you. Therefore, everyone is in these kind of little microcosms of like information.
Not to mention, like over 50% of the internet isn't other humans; it's bots and farms and stuff like that. So all vying for your attention.
There's a really good documentary called The Secrets of Silicon Valley, which I really recommend. And in that, it's quite old now, but in that they literally say this. They were like, there's nobody, or at least when this documentary was recorded like 10 years ago, there's nobody per se in Google that's going, let's show everyone death, destruction, and bad news. They said that no one was doing that. It was a result of a black box algorithm that was just latching on to human nature, right? And it was just, and without intervening and going, actually, no, let's not show people horrible news and nonsense the entire time. It would just do it.
I guess they were butting up against the idea of freedom of speech as well, and like, well, this is what the consumer wants.
No, they just wanted retention. So the marketing side of it was that they wanted more users to spend more time on the platform.
Well, they're using retention as like the main metric, right?
Yeah.
Interaction, rather than it being what's good for a human.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess they weren't the judge. They felt like they weren't the judges of what's good for a human.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what you mean by freedom of speech. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, like freedom of choice ultimately. Yeah. Exactly. And then But now we're beyond that. I think everyone sort of understands now what it's doing, but now there are various vested interests, monetary vested interests that are just like are evil or don't give a fuck. They just want control.
Because ultimately it is the perfect propaganda machine.
Yeah,
and you can feed specific types of information to specific groups of people.
Yeah,
you have insane amounts of control.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously that's become. I mean, we've heard about that for ages, ever since the Cambridge Analytica scandal.
Yeah,
like. Yeah, they can literally just control groups of people into affecting societal choices, which is
just
kind
pay
of scary,
this
and something that apparently they were never really looking into the effect of, like, dangers of fascism and stuff like that.
They're not looking
early on. They were just thinking, how do we keep people on our platform?
Yeah, exactly.
And all this other stuff.
Yeah,
without thinking, what are the biggest dangers of your platform first and foremost. And then obviously, then it's just the capitalism game of how much is this worth and how much can we sell this for and. Should we sell this to this person? Don't know. He's offered silly money, so let's just sell it to him. Easily bought, and it's kind of worrying. But I think the biggest worry is that you can always say, I'll stay off the platforms myself and stuff. But the reality is it's in society now. It's a big part of society now. And even now, like we talk about Twitter and X and whatever, and being this free speech platform, but also filled with dangerous content and kind of misinformation constantly.
And
AI
armies
everywhere.
of bots fulfilling other people's intentions.
Exactly.
Just bolstering a viewpoint, right?
Yeah.
And it's still used as a major source of information for.
Yeah, the dev of Hightail keeps using X.
An output for politicians to. This is where you get your news from now. Them saying that on there is
legitimized
the same as them saying it out loud is how it's being treated.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary when you consider how much misinformation is out there.
Yeah.
And where that can lead in the future.
It's getting harder and harder to tell as well. What is
governments need like an official bureau of information, like as in we need an output for this is what the government says, not fucking using private platforms. I'm amazed that there are still people
it's because
using
it has such a big reach, and that's the worrying thing.
And it costs them very little,
and it costs them little, and it's just like, this is my official. Here's my little verification thing that I pay £8 a month for, or whatever.
Yeah,
like, and it's just like that's
because the government's obviously squeezed, right?
All these other changes.
But you're right. It's more important.
Yeah.
I mean, if they stopped using it, people would still want to know what the fucking government is doing. I think it's just I listen to some journalists talking about this.
There are official formats for all these places.
I think still just use the issue Twitter. Is right. Like I've got ground news, for example. Nowhere near as exciting as loading up a social media platform. Getting people engaged with it is going to be costly and ineffective, I think, compared to the competition, which doesn't care about factual information. And just feeding people, useful stuff. Instead, it's about retention for them. They're going to have their way more exciting app competing with your government one, which is plain vanilla and boring as fuck, and probably old because they couldn't afford the most savviest of Silicon Valley people to develop it for you.
So. I mean, within the UK, you could use the BBC to like the French are now doing, challenging the use of X and the use of Grok and all this sort of stuff. Like you could use, because we still have state media. Thankfully, like we could use them to disparage it.
Media persuading swaths of people that the BBC is completely untrustworthy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stuff, because they've built this.
Couple
and
that with the government
saying
website,
that's biased.
Information website. Couple that with the government information website. I know.
Which is what they do.
It's hard.
When GB News come up and they literally are designed to be a, mouthpiece for right-wing media and Nigel Farage most importantly, they're just specifically fighting and telling you, don't listen to this, only listen to us, only listen to us. Same with Fox News in America. And it's just kind of it does blow my mind that people don't look elsewhere, but they won't. They once they're set in their ways, they'll stick to it.
It's convenience, and it's people like to hear the things that they want to hear, right?
Because you won't hear BBC News specifically sitting there going, "Oh, don't listen to GB News, don't listen to GB News," because that's not the right thing to do.
The thing is, the United Kingdom is much smaller than America.
Yeah,
I think comparing ourselves to America is tricky because America is a gigantic country where you could easily divide it into countries with different cultures. Like that's the thing. Like culturally, I mean, even in the UK, we're culturally diverse, but like the US is supercharged in terms of cultural diversity, and so like I think that with the UK, we could still have the chance to couple unbiased state media with government-based communications linked into democratic elections. Like we still have those things, right? We're like, I know we're losing it in the US, and we're seeing that we're losing it in the US, but I think if we did that, it just needs somebody brave and somebody competent to do it. And because like the thing about you saying like, don't listen to this, don't listen to that. I think that's very true. I think that we need something to we need it to be part of the conversation that is like, well, yeah, I know they're saying that, but look, this is the government being transparent. They do
try to be, and obviously because BBC has its own controversies and stuff about trying to be as clear as they can be about certain things, but some things get left by the wayside and some things get fucked over. But ultimately, like it's like they have issues with like question time and like, is our audience fair enough, and like have we gone through enough people to try and make it diverse enough? Yeah. Is the board of people we got in here diverse enough to make that work? Yeah. And they do have fact checkers and all this other stuff. And
are we being gentle enough with the lunatic right wing?
Well, that's it. And also because obviously they have to tiptoe around making sure everyone has a voice. Yeah. And making sure everyone can say their part and give a broader, fairer option for other people to listen to.
It's never going to be perfect, but the fact that those are in place and always being reassessed and implemented is what's important. Yes, it's not perfect. However, do any of the alternatives have anywhere near that level of fact checking and diversity checking, etc.? If not, there's a preferred one that you should get your information from.
But Ground News is a good place.
Ground News is good.
Because Ground News shows you loads of different, like, the same story from like 10 different or like loads of different places, and it shows you what angle those stories are kind of being lent in a certain way.
It's left or right leaning or
so it's quite good for those people who are like always check do your own research and make sure you're looking loads of different places. That's a really good place to go to if you're unsure of an article, because it seems a bit odd. Seems a bit like they're trying to sell me something or trying to lead me on with a different idea. That's a really good place to look and go, oh right, okay, so these are different viewpoints, and some of these read completely differently, and it is kind of shocking, isn't it, how misinformation and stuff is really hard to like battle and know what you should be thinking or what you should be voting for
it makes
the future,
it
because
super apparent when you look at Ground News and you look at, oh wow, this was just not covered by the left at all, like this quite seriously like big piece of news, why is it a blind spot for the left? And the app really raises that, and you get to notice patterns and things like that of like the right seems to do a lot of broadcasting and news about this sort of thing, and the left seems to really focus on this and forget about that stuff. It's just a point of meeting in the middle,
trying to
sift through it all and find like the neutral, boring one without all the vitriol on the edges.
I think it's ultimately humanist. The appropriate center is humanist. It's whatever helps the most people, whatever pushes humanity forward in a positive way, I think that's what's most important, and that's probably your best way to find a middle ground in all of these issues, is to try and understand why people behave the way they behave. What is it they feel, why is it they feel that way? Like what is it they're worried about? What are they scared of? What is it that's making them feel like they can't live a good life?
And what circumstances, the circumstances in which they've come to be to this point in their life where they're thinking like certain ways. There's got to be some empathy and understanding towards those viewpoints as well.
Attacking it doesn't work ultimately. No. You have to find like common ground. I think that's the only way to really do it, is like, look, we're both on both sides are struggling with X thing. Let's just focus on this issue first, and then realize that we're all human and we all have problems. And that we've been misled by our varying vocal pieces that are spouting shit at us.
And there's enough wealth and resources in the world for everyone to actually live a life. And 99% of the problems are the fact that they've all been concentrated in the wrong places.
Pretty serious.
But the worry is just losing the middle ground, though. I don't know. That's what we're seeing in America is like the worry of the amount of outrageous things that their president has done, that in any other presidency would be, it'd be done.
How far does it go? Like,
so it's like these types of things which are just shocking to see, and then the next day something shocking happens. Today he posted a really horrifically racist thing of the Obamas. It's like, what next? Like, where's the
low
line?
they're
so you're
willing
seeing
to
that,
go.
and I'm just hoping and I'm praying that we don't suffer that here, and that's why I do keep up to date with news and stuff. And I know it's boring sometimes to like read about news. We normally just, obviously laugh about shit and play games, and that is quite fun to do. It's a good distraction, but like I am quite conscious of all the crazy shit going on. It's like, that's mental that's happening over there. What on earth?
We can only bury our head in the sand for so long
and
distract ourselves. Unfortunately, these realities are affecting us and society as a whole, which is unfortunate.
But if you're not aware of them, because there are some people who I've spoken to about some of this stuff and who just don't know about some of these things happening. They're like, oh, I didn't even realise.
Blissful.
And then, so therefore, you don't know about this thing, then you vote for something that you don't really fully understand, which, there was a load of people I spoke to who don't understand what the Brexit situation was, and they voted for Brexit thinking it would help them because of, they believed the NHS was going to get a benefit and all this other stuff, which is what they were told. And that never happened. And it's like, it was quite clear that was never going to happen. Things like that, and it's just like, it's good to be informed for those reasons alone so that you can help yourself or your kids.
Unfortunately, it takes work, and all these platforms and things are trying to strip that work away from you and make it easy for you to just believe this and take the path of least resistance. Just look at your algorithm. Don't like search for your news or like look between the gaps. Just be fed this. It's a lot easier. It's like Homer with the donuts in hell.
I mean, I think this is a pretty good job. We could package up the last sort of 20 minutes and send it to the ground news guys for the sponsorship now. So, I think this has been a great example.
We might get one sponsorship on the.
Everyone and their dog's got a ground news sponsorship. Great. I mean, in a way, it's so pervasive, the sponsorships, that I'm interested to know what their agenda is. To be honest with you, who owns ground news?
Okay, well, that's good.
I think it's the AGI that's going to take us all over eventually.
Right, I see. Right,
because there are AI elements to it that gather all the articles and then present it.
Yeah, cool. It's the same aliens that are turning off all the nukes, right?
Sorry?
It's the same aliens that are turning off all the nukes.
Why didn't those aliens turn off the nukes when they hit Japan?
Didn't know we had them.
They didn't feel like it.
Didn't know we had them.
They didn't know.
Well, no, we also did loads of tests in like the 60s as well.
I just thought it was maybe another test.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it was another test. That slipped through our fingers.
It's only the bottom of the Pacific.
Yeah.
How much can they blow up the bottom of the Pacific?
Did they get like the red light came on their alien dashboard?
We missed one. Sorry.
Fuck, that civilization just they've got
dropped
nukes.
It. No.
Should we get in the car? The UFO, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess we'll make our way over there, and then by the time they got here, obviously,
we're a bit late.
Bit late. But we can turn them off now.
Get the next one.
Let's have a little look, shall we? Let's have a little go. Or maybe there's a breakaway civilization that's developed over the last 30 to 40 years that's going away and doing it, like a secret society that has loads of technology that is deciding to use the technology to try and save humanity in a subversive way outside of governments. Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, Grand News, get in touch, and we'll give an unbiased review of it. So no alien developments then that you can update us on?
No news since last week or...
Don't tell us you're going off it.
Oh, come on.
I had a dream last night when I had like a 2-hour conversation with a hardcore right-winger, and I was trying to understand why, because they were the son of immigrants, why they didn't want any more immigrants coming. This is so on point for the conversation we had.
Jesus.
I was like, so why is it...
You watched those 20 versus 1 things, have you?
No, I haven't, but no, I have seen one,
which is essentially that.
I have seen that.
But they sit there just kind of like, and they kind of just, roll in their own.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, but like, why do you think like that? Like, what's the problem? Like, and I was trying to dig in, and I got kind of just like bored by the end of it because I was like kind of going around like in circles. But that was an interesting one, and I woke up quite exhausted.
Did you feel like you got through to them?
I felt like there was a bit of a human connection there.
Did you kiss?
No. They were from some made-up country as well in South. Their parents were some... I kept on asking, like, where are your parents from in South America? And it was like Ital or something like that. And I was like, where the fuck is that? And I felt bad because I felt like I was ignorant. I was like, sorry, mate, I've never even heard of your country. Really, I mean, a lot of left-wing guilt coming out in me last night, I think.
Damn.
You didn't dream about choking a rat, though.
Choking a rat? No, you choked out a rat, didn't you?
That was Ross.
It's very different.
Very different.
Very different styles.
You like to live in visceral...
You were trying to talk something through with someone. I was choking a rat so it didn't bite me.
Yeah, you seem to have like visceral, like environmental challenges, like where you're attacked or someone that you care about is attacked and you have to panically deal with it in a violent fashion usually. Interesting.
It's like fight or flight part of your brain really firing in your sleep. Probably because you're taping your mouth closed.
No, I don't. I've used that once, and I choked. I was.
Do you want to know the dream I had this morning?
What was that?
I was jumping on big balloons.
Yeah.
That were part of like a massive. You know the ones that go through cities and they have those massive.
The blimps. Like
big blimps.
Kind of like show balloon things. Yeah.
I was jumping across those. One of them was Master Chief, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's really accurate for a balloon." Jump on that one. And I jumped on the last one, and I slipped, and I actually fell out of bed.
Oh wow!
And woke up. And
do you think you were maybe jumping around in your sleep as well? Then
I think I was.
Like, fuck, let's get to the next one. Where am I?
I literally fell out of bed. That's the first time I've rolled out of bed and like slammed onto the floor.
Fucking hell. A full-on roll out of the bed. I've kicked before, and that's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Where you just like fall.
Yeah.
You kick out, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? You kind of semi-wake up. And
it was a major plot point of the film Inception.
Ah, yes, true. The kick.
The drop, yeah. The drop apparently that's that's based on a primate instinct, or the theory is that feeling of like that sudden shock that wakes you up is based on a primal part of your brain of where
instant adrenaline.
Yeah, we used to like live in trees. I mean, not as human beings, but like the idea is that if you were a monkey living in a tree and you were asleep and you felt yourself falling, you'd want to wake up as quickly as possible to stop yourself from falling.
Rowan does it all the time.
Yeah,
there's a reflex. Like any sort of movement, he's like immediately, even in his sleep. He'll
go, why he lifts up?
Because it's like he's
maybe it's a baby reflex
for
the monkey reflex then, because a baby's constant like carried around, perhaps. Yeah. Interesting.
There's reflexes. Like if you put a finger in their hand, there's a palm gripping reflex. So it's like stick or body grip.
Right, okay.
There's reflexes like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd want to have a sloth as a pet?
Probably.
No,
they smell bad, apparently.
They smell really bad.
I'd love to go to one of those sloth washing places. Yeah, have you seen the washing stuff? Yeah.
So I've seen that video of the one which they pulled out of water because it was like swimming for ages, and they saved it, and then they just let it on the side of the boat, and it's just like playing with the water. It's really cute.
Sloths are very cute.
But they do just have like these claw hands, and it's just like,
they're not cuddly.
Yeah.
Well, they do cuddle though.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they stink.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they're not really domesticated.
And they usually I think the AI robots want to win. They need to make them look like
cute.
That's true.
Sloths or like raccoons or something. It's
not
I got a
humans.
cool, cute one, but it's listening to everything I say and telling the government.
Have you seen that sexy one though? That sexy bot that's got like a sexy walk.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
That's the way in, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is definitely. I mean,
that's all it can do, I think.
Rich nerds will jump onto that. Yeah. Can you fuck it?
Yeah. I'm in.
You can. No, is that?
I'm sure you can.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you can. You can fuck anything. People fuck pillows.
Oh shit! There was actually. Sorry, I've been talking about fucking things. I do have.
Go on.
There was one more story. I don't know if we're running out of time here, but basically there was a Frenchman hospitalised after inserting World War I munition up his rear.
I read that this morning.
Which I thought was ridiculous. The anonymous
That's
Englishman.
a kink, isn't it?
Oh, wait, no, the anonymous Englishman, it now says. Wait, so it started with a Frenchman, and now they're an Englishman who managed to lodge a 2-inch wide World War II anti-tank shell inside his rectum back in 2021. It's been unseated. Wait. Okay, so
they're comparing it to an Englishman who already put one munition up his arse.
It's good to have a control, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's the current, I guess, Guinness World Record holder.
You could say.
Of the munitions up his ass.
Yeah.
The phrase "shell shock" took on a new meaning over the weekend when a 24-year-old Frenchman hobbled into Ranguel. I'm saying that probably wrong. Hospital in Toulouse, France, complaining of unspecified pain, as you would.
I'm in pain.
Okay.
Somewhere on the body.
Around, just kind of like down there.
You need some help.
Nice.
They rushed into surgery. The doctors soon discovered that the source of the unspecified pain turned out to be an 8-inch long, 37mm brass and copper shell used by the Imperial German Army in the late stages of the Great War.
Nice.
Did he find that like he needed that specific ammo to get off?
Maybe it was like maybe there was a kind of a thought that this is going to be a momentous occasion. I'm going to put that fucking thing up my arse.
I'm going to put history up my arse.
Was it a live round, do you think?
I imagine it. I mean, I don't know. Do those types of things, I guess, over time kind of... It says it's unexploded.
Right.
Yeah, so it says the artillery shell unexploded at the time of the removal.
That risk reward, isn't it?
It resulted in the evacuation of the hospital with an explosive ordnance disposal squad called to the hospital. It was up this guy's arse.
Yeah.
Surely they could have told this guy to wield him out there.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, evacuate a hospital.
I guess moving
or just
him
get him in a vehicle and get the fuck away.
Oh, you got to keep him still, right? Because it's a live round.
He's been fucking shoving this thing up and inside his arm.
Yeah, making it way more risky.
Yeah. Come on, like, I mean,
he's on a hair trigger now.
Imagine anyone in that ward who's just like, oh god, we've got to go because some fucker coming here with, munitions up his ass.
Yeah,
that's rude.
It's selfish.
It's very.
Do you think part
selfish.
of the kink is being caught?
Yeah,
and having to go to hospital as part of the.
I think part of the kink is having people salute you as you come in.
Yeah.
Covered them in poppies.
Another one for the museum.
Oh god. He took one up the arse.
Fair play.
Why is that fair?
He's
19. That's over 100 years old. That munition.
Yeah.
Hang on.
He's going to be remembered.
In 2022, an 88-year-old patient visited Hospital Saint-Mousse in Toulon.
Yeah.
Stunning doctors when they removed what turned out to be a World War I era French munition measuring 8 inches long, more than 2 inches wide, from the man's rectum. 88 years old. That's mental.
What a horny little bugger.
A horny old
88
fucker.
years old and he's still
horny
playing with his old bumhole.
He's bittersweet about the World War.
2 inches wide.
That's probably 2.5.
Yeah.
Maybe a Coke can's a little bit much, but like maybe the J2O thin ones.
Oh yeah,
a Red Bull can.
Yeah, I think a Red Bull can.
He's shoving a Red.
He should literally
imagine
like
any 88. Imagine your granddad.
Yeah.
Shoving a can of Red Bull up his
Well, don't forget,
you're there.
The can wouldn't have it would have a nice entry.
It would have an entry. Yeah.
But you need a nice wide base to prevent these issues, and maybe a cord. To stop.
At 88, he probably had peers that died to that munition in a legitimate way.
Maybe he was trying to get.
I can't say. I mean, obviously, he's 88 years old. He might have lost his mind. Who knows what's going on there? It says surgeons were forced to cut open his abdomen in order to remove the hefty relic due to the shells considerably above average size.
Oh, that's not fun anymore.
So they had to open his abdomen. They couldn't pull it out the traditional
other way. Yeah.
Must have gone
Maybe
right
it got in there, went sideways.
Oh, closed up behind the door, closed behind it.
Door closed behind.
That can happen. Remember that ginger root story?
Yeah. But a ginger root now seems child's play, doesn't it? Compared to
these are all. It seems like there must be like a book of achievements of what people put up their asses.
I'm sure if you could 8 inches tall, 2 inches wide, World War II, I'm sure people could do the math and figure out specifically what that was designed for.
Like,
right?
Which weapon?
Which weapon that
came from. They're calling it an
artillery
shell, so I suppose it's like,
Yeah, but like which one?
2 inches wide is not a very big artillery shell. That's a small. It sounds
like more of like maybe
a mortar.
Anti-aircraft weapon, maybe?
An anti-aircraft round. Yeah, that tracks.
And he found it in France, so was it a French one, or was it a British one, or was it a German one? Who knows? Crazy.
Who knows?
Well, but firefighters confirmed they defused the bomb. And there was no further risk to the patient or those in proximity to the hospital.
Yeah.
That's
there you go. The patient is expected to make a full physical recovery. The mental scars of his very own trench warfare is another story.
In trench warfare, nice. Does he get to keep it?
Oh, they got a little barb in at the end.
I don't know. I doubt it.
No, because they probably had to destroy it.
The fact that they had a munition, I guess it was like having like a weapon of any kind. It's like, well, no, you can't keep a bullet massive.
If a bullet's in a person, are they the weapon?
Well, in this case, almost. I suppose, because they brought it into a hospital. So, like,
guns don't kill people. Bullets
they're certainly. It's a good collaborator with humans.
He's sort of his own little IED, internal explosive device.
Just popped, one wrong muscle twitch. Could popped off in there.
Try to relax.
Yeah, try to relax. Your muscle might hammer out like a pin.
Can you imagine? What are the odds? Somehow your sphincter's formed a tiny firing pin-like shape.
Pin. Don't sneeze. Okay, well,
that's a wonderful way to round. Yeah, lovely. That was a
serious episode.
Indeed. Thank you very much for listening, and we want to give a particular thanks to our Patreon supporters.
Big up Patreon
You
supporters.
in particular are keeping Hat Chat going, and if you'd like to join the ranks of these formidable, sexy folk, you can go to patreon.com/hatfilms and say, I love Hat Chat. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah.
In a message if you like, and then you can be credited at the end of the video, which I think that's why everyone does it. to have their name in that credit reel at the end.
Yeah.
Not only that, we really enjoy getting fingles from you, which is little jingles that we put at the start and end. You can send yours in if you made it yourself to hatchat@hat-films.com. Also send us funny local news if you like that never hits the mainstream. The weird stuff. We like talking about that as well.
Like that guy that ate like 2 kilos of cola bowls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stories like that.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk about it. Get the word out, you know.
Get the word out.
Get it on ground news.
Yeah. No bias here.
No bias here. Thank you for the fingal this time by Bog Boy. And of course, you can all join our Discord as well for free. Discord.gg/hatfilms. If you are a Patreon supporter, you get access to all our members' videos as well.
Wow.
On there. So as an extra benefit for you, not just the credits.
It's not just the credits, no.
Thank you for listening, and we'll be with you next time. Stay safe out there, and have a flared base on anything going up your butt. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Why won't you change that battery in that smoke alarm? Do you happen to like a song in that smoke alarm? It's not a feature, it's a warning sign that you smell smoke. Smoke it. Change that battery. It's trying to warn you. But when you go to sleep, you might not wake up tomorrow. Because even though it can detect some smoke, it might not detect that carbon monoxide. If your boiler's fucked and you don't know, because let's be honest, you're not a plumber. Unless you've got spare money just to get someone round, on the off chance that you might end up drowned in scentless gas. It's carbon monoxide. Silent killer. Carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. Why won't you change that battery in that smoke alarm? Do you happen to like a song in that smoke alarm? It's not a feature, it's a warning sign that you smell smoke. Smoky in here. You're an hungry bitch. If you're feeling sleepy, you're feeling daisy, that's probably common easy. It's a real quiet killer.